welcome to Drinks with Dee Dee. Today, I have Lisa with One Life Tequila. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing great. Dee Dee, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you so much for sitting with us. Now, I have this amazing woman in front of me. Can you tell us a little bit about you, about your product, and where it all started?
Sure. So I didn't know anything about the spirits industry 6 years ago, other than the fact that I loved tequila. And tequila to me was a metaphor for not taking yourself too seriously, being lighthearted, taking time to enjoy yourself with family and friends. And the last 28 years, I was in the criminal justice field. I worked on the parole board, and it was pretty heavy stuff, very heart-wrenching stuff. And so when I wanted to start a business, I kind of thought about what's light and what's fun, and tequila came to mind. So I went down to Mexico, and I kind of just blindly looked for distilleries. I found a really great guy over the internet named Gonzalo, who had written some articles about tequila. And I Skyped him and I said, can I come down to Mexico to look for distilleries with you? And he said yes. And I found a distillery that I loved, and it was organic. And kind of took on a life of its own after that. I sat down with a friend and created a label. I knew that I wanted to call it One With Life Organic Tequila because of the phrase One With Life and what that meant to me. I, as a passion, study a lot of philosophy and a lot of spiritual teachings, and all of the different teachings led to the phrase one with life, being one with the universe, one with the divinity within yourself. And that message was really important to me, to kind of infuse somehow into the tequila. I know that sounds weird, but I wanted to put the two together and kind of use the bottle as a vessel to spread a message of what it means to be one with life, to not carry around the past with you, not spend your time projecting and worrying about the future, but to be fully engaged in the present moment. So that's kind of the mission behind the tequila. Also, I wanted it to be organic because I believe that organic products are really important to the environment. They're important to the ecosystem and to human consumption. So that had to definitely be part of it. So for the 7 years, while One With Life Tequila is harvested, there's no pesticides or synthetic fertilizers used. It's also sustainably farmed, and it's all natural. There's no additives. So that aspect of consumption was another message that I really wanted to convey using the tequila.
I love it.
That was a very long answer to your question.
No, it was a good answer because I like to know the backgrounds. So since we're talking about backgrounds, can you explain, I mean, trees have a lot of symbolism, but can you explain on your label?
Sure. So the label has an owl that's kind of blended in to the tree of life. And there's a heart on the bottom of the owl that connects to the tree. And so the tree of life represents the connectivity to the universe. So the roots are grounded in the earth, and then the branches go up towards the sky. And so tree of life is very symbolic in a lot of different cultures and philosophies. It has very deep meaning to people. So we use the tree of life, and then there's an owl in the tree of life to show the connectivity between sentient beings and nature, and how all of nature is connected to the universe, and how we are all connected to nature. And so One With Life is the name of the brand, and the acronym is OWL. So hence the logo, the owl in the tree of life.
Aha! That's awesome. So that took some thought, that took some theory, and That's why I looked at the label and I said, all these things have to mean something. So I like that. Can you explain the 99% peaceful and the 1% wild? Because I'm excited to know about that. Is that also incorporated in your label?
It is. That's our tagline, 99% peaceful, 1% wild. It's kind of a play on words. It's supposed to be funny because normally you think of tequila as being really wild, not peaceful. But because the mission of our brand is inner peace, and also it's kind of a reflection of me. I try to be 99% peaceful, 1% wild. You don't want to be all peaceful and not wild because that's boring. So you need that 1% in there.
Absolutely. Okay. So when you went to Mexico and you decided you wanted a tequila, what did you want that would make your tequila different?
So that's a great question. There's thousands of tequilas out there, and I knew that ours had to be unique in order to really get into the market. So I wanted to market to people that might not normally drink tequila and might be afraid of the burn and all the heat that tequila traditionally has. So our tequila was made for people that like a really clean taste without too much of a burn. You can still taste some mild jalapeno heat because it is 100% blue agave and there's no additives or anything like that, no sweeteners added. So you can taste the agave, but it doesn't have that burn. And we account for that because we wait, usually tequila is picked at between 5 and 7 years. We try and wait till it's really ripe. So we try to wait to pick it at like 8 or 9 years, sometimes even 10 years. So it's at its ripest. And so that makes it unique, the flavor profile. And when people taste it, they're sometimes shocked at how easy it is to drink. So that's different than a lot of tequilas. And also the fact that it's made in a clay oven by traditional methods. Most tequilas, especially the big brands, are made in a diffuser or an autoclave. It's kind of like microwaving something rather than slow cooking it. So ours is slow cooked in a clay oven by traditional methods with lava rocks. And so that makes a really big difference in the taste. Also, we don't even use yeast. When it ferments, we allow for a natural airborne yeast to form. So it's an open container that it gets fermented in, and no additional yeast is added. It's just a wild fermentation. So that's unique about it as well. And also the fact that it's sustainably farmed, it's single estate, which means that the agave plants and the distillery are the same. There's cows on the farm and they fertilize the plants, and then they eat the remainder of the plant. So it goes full circle. So it's sustainable. There's no additives. A lot of the tequilas out there will use glycerin or vanilla or something to make it taste a little sweeter or make it slide down your tongue. We don't use any additives whatsoever. And that's unique in the tequila world as well. And also the thing that's unique as well is the fact that it's organic and that it's a woman-owned business. I'm not a celebrity. I don't own a hedge fund. I'm not a venture capitalist. Or a millionaire, billionaire. I'm just a regular person that wanted to start a tequila company and wanted to use the bottle as a vessel to spread a message of inner peace.
See, I got it immediately, but I was like, I want to know what this means. And I like the fact that you're a woman, but you're having fun with what you're doing. That's very important,
Yeah.
So, okay, Lisa, where can we find your tequila?
You can find it in the states of New York, Florida, and Georgia. And also online, if you don't live in any of those 3 states and you want to buy it, you can go to onewithlifetequila.com and buy it right from a link we have on the website as well.
Okay, so this is kind of off alcohol topic. I saw you were a boxer. Do you still engage in that? Did you stop? Can you share?
Yeah, I wasn't a boxer, but I was a boxing promoter. Okay. And I do fitness boxing. So you may have seen some pictures of me boxing. And so I used to work out along with the professional boxers that I promoted in the boxing gym to try and stay in shape. So I promoted boxing shows for 7 years before I started the tequila company. And that's kind of what gave me the entrepreneurial bug to start another business.
Awesome. Do you want to continue to make different types of tequila? Do you want to branch out and do different things? What's next?
So we did create this, which is a 5-year aged extra añejo, is part of the One With Life portfolio. And this is a really dark tequila, almost similar to a bourbon type of thing, where it's a beautiful dark brown color. It's got a hand painted gold etched bottle. And the tequila in here is aged in a French oak barrel, as well as a French wine barrel, as well as an American bourbon barrel. And then the two are blended together. And that really gives it a delicious taste. It has kind of like a caramel butterscotch profile to it. And this is kind of our high-end tequila. And it's just a really special bottle. It's great for gifts, birthdays, and, you know, or if you just want to treat yourself. And so this is our newest tequila that came out last Cinco de Mayo. And so this is our newest one on the shelves, along with the Blanco. So that's what we have so far. We kind of went the extremes because usually after the Blanco, you do a Reposado, which is aged up to 6 months in a barrel. We skipped over the Reposado, and then there's the Añejo, which is aged a year or more. And we skipped that too. We went right to the extremes, the extra añejo, because I personally love the taste of extra añejo so much. They're my two favorites, are the extra añejo and the Blanco. So we started with that, and then we might work our way back to the middle.
I do like that bottle. That bottle is super fancy. It says expensive. It may not be, but I like it because it says
no, it actually is kind of, you know, in comparison. But it's comparable to all of the other 5-year aged and 3-year aged extra añejos that are out there. So yeah, this is kind of a high-end tequila. It will be probably about $150 or so on the shelf. And the Blanco is usually anywhere from like $37 to $39 on the shelf.
Yeah, but the bottle looks like it's a keepsake, so that in itself makes it worth it.
It's a keepsake, and also there's a piece of jewelry around the neck. There's an owl and flowered handmade bracelet that you can, you know, wear as jewelry. And even our Blanco has some jewelry too. I wear this as an anklet. You can also wear it as a bracelet around the neck of the bottle.
Okay, tell us where we can find you on social media.
So you can find us on Facebook under One With Life Organic Tequila. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter. And I also have a YouTube channel with a lot of our videos where we make drinks. Right now I'm drinking an apple cider margarita. Delicious fall drink. So you can find us on any of those social media platforms, and also go to our website, onewithlifetequila.com.
Thank you so much for sitting with us. I enjoy learning from you, and I hope to hear from you again.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.